Yasser Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haginawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasser Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haginawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasser Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haginawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shalom Akim, Zahar, Spirit Wind Judah, of the GMS Mystic account. Giving all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, whom we well. Peace and blessings, as well as health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right? Shabbat Shalom. All right? To you brothers. All right? Ahab thumb to you brothers. Shalom, Wa, Ahab. To you brothers. Shalom, Wa, Awar to you brothers. Peace and love, peace and light. All right? Today I want to get into something that was on my spirit. I went walking around the pond, around the lake. I had some things on my spirit, all right? Things I was thinking about. And I prayed to Yahweh Shema Shai to give me an edifying lesson, all right? Um, but I was just going into the beast and how everybody worship the beast. What does it mean to worship the beast? Which is the system, all right? The system that is a reflection of the Roman Empire, all right? The beast, which is a reflection of the Roman Empire. Everyone worship the system, the ways of the West, all right? That's right, my brother. Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Hear, O Yasher Allah, Yahweh, our power is one, all right? But that is the way of the beast. Everyone worship the beast. And if you think about the problems that we have, and I hate to say black community because that's not what that is, all right? Think about the problems that we have in Israel, the world of Israel. When I say Israel, I mean the Most High's people. All right. So when we say Israel, we're usually talking about GMS or just people who acknowledge being Israelites. But when I say Israel, I mean actually our nation. All right, as a collective. All right, bloodline. And the problems with our people is that they worship the beast. They worship the image of the beast. They worship his philosophies. They worship his systems. All right. All right. And the reason why I entitled this live stream "Divine Duties" and the importance of family, all right, is because in this system, our women have made a league with Satan, as it says in the scriptures in the Babakashah. Somebody could get that in the scriptures, where it says, "Such as have turned aside after Satan," which to turn aside after Satan, in short, is feminism. All right. Our women have neglected their divine duties, all right, to pursue Satan, all right, which Satan is this beastly system, all right. The energies that our women are in, the spirit that our women are in, is the spirit of Satan, all right. Feminism is really rooted in Satanism, all right. A woman, all right, being, like I said, neglecting her divine duty, which is to bear children, all right, to pursue a career of or pursue a life of convenience or luxury. A woman who would rather be polyamorous, which means have multiple partners, all right, weigh out her partners and weigh out her options and, do all these things, all right, really is rooted in Satanism. A woman who would have an abortion so she won't have to slow down the life of liberty that she has. That's really Satanism, all right. Civil rights was set up to kick off Satanism. Feminism was set up to divide and conquer our families, all right? And you can't be fucking woke. You can't be fucking pro-Jake, so-called pro-black, if you're a fucking feminist, man. A lot of our women are in the spirit of of this divine feminine. They're in the spirit of what they call Kemet. They're in the spirit of But all these things that they mention, all right, it's of Satanism. And the way I know of it is of Satanism, and one of the clues is it neglects the family. So yeah, you might already have offspring, sons and daughters, right? But the dad is not in the family. There's no man in the household. But you're on this individual shit. See, one of the way you know if a philosophy is rooted in Satanism, all right, is if the outcome is somebody is a fucking individual, man. Like these chicks be saying, you know, spirit, their spirit guide. Who is their spirit guide? And why is their spirit guide okay with you not being in a family component? There are certain things that Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai created that we have no say so in. There are certain things the Most High put in us that we have no say so in. And one of those things that He put in us was the desire and the drive to have offspring. And the reason why, but we don't call it a drive to have offspring, you call it a sex drive. But you don't have a drive to have sex. You have a drive to really have a family, starting with bearing sons and daughters. And we were never meant to bear sons and daughters without having the mother and father involved. All right? And on a greater scale, without having the grandfather and grandmother involved. All right? But being under this beastly system of Satanism, you were taught to through Satan, through 1950s doctrine. I forget the man's name, who was a zoologist and really a pedophile who justified pedophilia and homosexuality through his philosophy, also liberated women through his philosophy. He was a sex freak. And that's where your liberty comes from. It comes from a pedophile sex freak. But through that, our family was destroyed. That's why MLK roughly said, shit, I think I fucked up. He said, I have integrated my people into a burning house. What is that burning house? America, when it became Romanized. They always use civil rights to kick off their Satanist agenda, which is to put everybody in this androgynous Sodom and Gomorrah state. All right, the water brother. This is 1 Timothy 5:15. For some are already turned aside after Satan. For some already have turned aside after Satan. All right. So I was looking up this singer, and I believe her name is pronounced Iniko. It could be Eniko, but she has a song called "The King's Affirmation." A brother put me on it, and I like this song, so I looked her up because I like to look up artists if I like this song. You know, maybe check out an interview. And basically, it says that although she was born a woman, she subscribes to being TG, a transformer. Although she was born a woman, she's obviously a woman. She self-identifies as a transformer, which is the stupidest shit in the world. And she's one of those chicks that she has a pronoun. She calls herself non-binary, something like that, right? And she doesn't classify herself as a she. She classifies herself as a they. Now, when I was in school, they was something that represented something plural, like more than one person. Well, this non-binary bullshit, all right? She self-identifies as a they. The Kinsey Institute at India University. Hey, the water brother. Hey, because you're the brother that put me on it. Priest Ayash Amath. All right, that's the brother that put me on it, right? And you can check out his page at GMS Kingdom Minded 144. All right, and he says Alfred Charles Kinsey was an American biologist, professor of etymology and zoology, and sexologist. In 1947, he founded the Institute for Sex Research at Indiana University, which is now known as the Kinsey Institute at Indiana University. And this is the catalyst to feminism. This is also the catalyst to Satanism, because feminism is another component within Satanism. And I read his article. He's basically saying that a woman naturally is hypersexual. All right, so she needs to be liberated in so many words. All right, he also justified pedophilia through his research. He also justified homosexuality. All right, when he did a study on so many men, prove that it's natural for a man to have homosexual tendencies. But they didn't tell you that most of the men that the men that he put in his studies were homosexuals. And I think he had sex with a lot of them. All right, you can always double back and research it yourself, but he was a freak, man, and that's the point. He was a fucking freak. All right, but the energies that our women are in, they're in the energy of androgyny. That's why Black Lives Matter was not the thought process and a device of a fucking black woman. It was a thought process and a device of an Amalekite, Satan, that old serpent. If you go into the creeds of Black Lives Matter on their website, it tells you that they want to replace the man, the so-called black man, from being the center of the family and instead have transgenders, queers instead of the family. This is not the device of a nigger woman. This is the device of a so-called white man, an Amalekite, a fake Jew, who finances Black Lives Matter. It is an overthrow. All right. It was Kanye West that said in the state of New York that the death rate for so-called black people is higher than the birth rate because of the abortion level in the state of New York. All right. Women have so many fucking abortions in New York that their death rate is higher than the birth rate. All right. This is not a working device exclusively of the so-called black woman. This is the working and a device of the so-called white man who wants to overthrow the nation of Israel. This is a war tactic. You have overt warfare, you have covert warfare. All right. Women's liberation, Planned Parenthood. That is a covert attack against our people, and it makes you wonder who is your fucking enemy. Who is your fucking enemy that lives a philosophy that makes you delay a family? Lives a philosophy that makes you neglect having a family so you can live luxuriously in fucking Babylon to be a lady of fucking leisure, man. All right? Our women are in a spirit of Satanism. But like the brother put on at the water, the brother Yashamath, GMS Kingdom Minor 144, all right? It was kicked off because I think it was the Rockefeller, it was the Rothschild, I think it was the Rothschild. They finance this man. See, what happens is the Rothschilds are the elite. They finance these so-called philosophers to do research and to come up with these philosophies to kick out their Satanist agenda, all right? If Yahweh Bashma Shah doesn't come back, the end goal is everybody's going to be a fucking freak. You can't even watch a Disney movie without them putting a homosexual in the fucking movies, man. Buzz Lightyear had a fucking stud in the movie, man. Had a fucking dyke in the movie, man. And our women, a lot of our women are with that shit. All right, meaning that they're okay with their sons and daughters watching that bullshit, man. All right? Because another Satanist narrative is that devolving into your primitive nature is a form of evolving as a person. Devolving or getting closer to Satan is a form of evolving. And being traditional is like the old way, it's regressive. So one word that he uses to trick people and deceive people into rebellion, all right, is a word called progression. Being a progressive woman. Progressionalism. Progressionalism is rooted in the Enlightenment era, all right, when Esau really started to get into what he calls science. The Water Brothers. It says Kinsey received research support from the National Research Council and the Rockefeller Foundation. That's why it says in 1 Timothy 5 and 15, for such as have turned aside, for some already turned aside after Satan. They turned aside after Satanism, which is feminism. In part, it's feminism. But it says Kinsey received research support from the National Research Council and the Rockefeller Foundation. Just how the fucking Rockefellers finance these different doctors to switch from botany to pharmaceuticals. All right, because before the Rockefeller research, all doctors went to what? Botany. All doctors prescribe plants. That's what botany is. All right, they prescribe plants to patients before the Rockefeller Institute. After the Rockefeller Institute, doctors were forced, all right, and financed to prescribe pharmaceuticals, chemicals that imitated the active ingredients of plants. But just how they did that, the Rockefellers, they financed this man to push an agenda of Satanism. It's not just women's liberation. It's freakism, all right? It's hedonism, all right? And we fell for it because before we came into this truth, we embraced American culture, which was consisted of debauchery. Like Freaknik. Freaknik is really like a sacrifice to Bacchus. Freaknik, like how they had a documentary of Freaknik back in the 90s. There's nothing more than like a sacrifice offering, a Bacchus party, a fucking Bacchus party, man, a fucking Bacchus party, man. So, well, the average American fell for it because when you go to college, a lot of times you get into the fraternities, or you'll get into the debauchery, you get into the parties and the sex and the careless sex. That goes back to this Alfred Kinsey guy. All right. So everybody gets their pleasure out of it. They give you the sugar with the poison. You see, that's not the way of Yahweh Bahashem Hawashai. That's not the fucking way, man. Colleges, the original colleges, were associated with religion, like going back to Europe. All right. It tells you, and if a brother could also get that scripture where it tells you, I think it's in Timothy, how a woman is supposed to guide the house, bear children. Now, if you bear children, it's an inconvenience. For the sake of Jacob's trouble, it is not wise to purposely bear sons and daughters. But it's not like our people are up on the time of Jacob's trouble, so why aren't they bearing a family? All right? They're going after, they're pursuing their lust, man. Our nation has been overthrown, all right, from something called feminism, which is rooted in Satanism, man. That's why the scripture says the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. That's why you have Gloria Steinfeld, all right, was set up by the CIA, all right, to promote feminism. But our women were seduced a lot by philosophies of feminism, which overthrew the family. We're the byproduct of feminism. We're the byproduct of a strong black woman. We're fucked up over that shit, man. All right, let's go. 1 Timothy 5:14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, which marry simply means to get with a man, have sex with your husband. That's what marry means. To bear children or sons and daughters, guide the house. A woman's expertise is the domestic arena. That's why, as a man, you might have trouble finding something in your house. You might misplace your watch. You might misplace your favorite shirt, and your woman always knows where it's at because that's her expert arena. Nobody can buy groceries or shop for groceries better than a woman. All right. Nobody can, do certain things in their household better than a woman. Nobody can manage multiple kids at one time better than a woman. You see? Nobody, see, men create systems. This is something that the brother Ayasha and I were talking about. We create structures and women operate in those structures. Women are experts in operating in structures. But let me get this scripture again. 1 Timothy 5:14. See, we're not just down in women. We just know what role they play. You see? 1 Timothy 5:14. I would therefore that the younger women marry, bear sons and daughters, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For Psalms 113:9, he maketh the barren woman to keep house. There we go again with keep house. Women are fucked up because they don't keep house. And it's the parents' fault, and it's the parents' fault because they taught the daughters to 100% pursue college, and they didn't give them a blueprint for maintaining a fucking husband. All men want it, all Israelite men want it, is their daughters to go to college, be successful, but they don't have a fucking blueprint to get a husband in modern times. So all they fucking know is their college shit. And a lot of times they become debaucherous and sexually promiscuous in college. And what I've noticed about women through my own personal observations, they start to become through by the age of 27. What I've noticed in my personal observations, when a woman is around the age of 27, 28, that's when she's just kind of fucked up. Like her mind, she's been through too much in the world. She didn't spend the last decade being a wife. She didn't spend the last decade with one man, being a team player with one man. She was out there too much and she did too much. And she ain't had nobody to put boundaries on her. and she just kind of fucked up in the head, man. All right? Because we've been, we deal with women. You meet women and stuff, and you just know there's a correlation. When a woman is closer to the age of 30, and she just been in the West too long and been in the world too long, she's been traumatized, man. All right. Psalm 113:9. He maketh the barren woman to keep house and to be a joyful mother of children. So how do we go from having out women who are joyful mothers of sons and daughters, which is her divine duty and her divine career, to being a woman who would have a fucking abortion just to worship the beast? Because to pursue this kingdom, not to use it, but to pursue it and to exalt it. All right, it represents worshiping the beast. Okay, so one, let me let this airplane go by. But the things you see, and our people are fucked up because they worship the image of the beast. All right. See, a woman will tell you that street culture is poisonous to the men, and when it ruined the families, it bastardized the families because a lot of jakes are dead and in jail, and it bastardized the family. But it never tell you how, they never admit how feminism fucked up the family too. They never tell you how women fucked up because now they worship these careers and they don't worship Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai. They they exalt Esau, they exalt his kingdom, but they just ignore the Israelite man unless he's high value or unless he has a high sexual appeal. You see? And that's part of the vexation of our people. How can you, this is supposed to be like a woke era, a woke generation. But how can you be a woke era and a woke generation and you're still addicted to the dainties of this wicked ass kingdom, man? The dainties of this wicked king. See, these little philosophies that he spent off in the 60s, those are dainties because it's given to you in the form of liberty. All right? It's given you into the form of liberty, and when your mind is westernized, you look at religion, specifically our heritage, as a form of something that's oppressive. A nigga be like, man, hey, it couldn't be me, man. I can't let go of pork niggas. Or nah, shit. I know she got a man, but shit. I know she got a husband. I know she married, but shit. You niggas ain't got no discipline, man. But you females, you women, man, y'all are the same way. Y'all are full of adultery. Y'all love that seafood. But furthermore, you overthrow your family so you can live it up as an individual, man. You a sellout. You are a sellout. You are a sellout. You are a sellout. You sold us out. And they say, y'all hate black women. No, we love black women. We love the so-called. That's why we always getting on them. Because when the Israelite man don't give a damn about a so-called black woman, when he start dating outside his culture. He start dating outside his nation. But we still talking about it because really, most Jakes deal with Eve. Most Jakes that I know, they deal with Eve. And really that vexation comes from you're surrounded by Eve and you see this shit every day. All right? But see, in the kingdom, simplicity is going to rule. Yeah, we might have wealth. We might have opulence in the kingdom. It tells you in the scriptures that we're going to boast in the glory of the Gentiles. It tells you that kings going to be our nursing mothers, not nursing fathers. And a lot of sisters as Israelites, they got to digest the fact that they're not going to be the ones in power. Their husbands are going to be the one in power. But power is, I'm talking to the sisters, power is not what makes you happy. All right? Motherhood is going to make you happy. All right? Being in your feminine, all right, is going to make you happy. Seeing sons and daughters grow up is going to make you happy. Being the wife of a king is going to make you happy. Even for men in Israel, the Israelites that know, when we're in the kingdom, it's going to be the simplicity that make us happy. The average Israelite man is not even a part of Yahushai's rulership. Is not a part of the cronies. He's not the part of the 144. All right. The average Israelite man is going to have his own estate. He's probably going to have servants. He's going to have land. All right. He's going to have sons and daughters running on acres and acres of pastures of land. That's what's going to make him happy. He's going to have grandsons and daughters that's going to run on acres and acres of pastures of land. He's going to have health and happiness, all right, in old age, all right. It tells you in the scriptures, sons and daughters are going to play in the streets, okay. So you got a split screen. You got two opposing opposites. You got America, westernization and feminism and street culture and Christianity and just the American way. You got Jerusalem running the earth. You got the easternization, the eastern way running the earth. You got Yahweh Bashmal Shai, all right, the 613 running the world. And on that split screen, you got sons and daughters, and you enjoying your wife and your wives, and they enjoying their sons and daughters, all right. You know, you having simplicity, nobody's getting sick, all right. It's just happiness. But I have reason to believe that happiness is going to come from the simplicity. That simplicity that was written about in the book of Ecclesiastes. You have to keep in mind, Ecclesiastes was written by the richest man on earth. And the things that was glorified in Ecclesiastes was the simplicity of life. A man enjoying the fruit of his labor. A man sitting back, drinking, all right, enjoying his sons and daughters, enjoying his wife, all right. He said all is vanity when it came to riches and wealth, but when it came to the simplicity, that's what makes a man happy, all right. See, the Most High didn't put us on this earth to enjoy a Ferrari. Not saying a Ferrari is wicked, or the Most High didn't put on this earth to just enjoy multiple houses or, you know, enjoy a life of just luxury. All right, first of all, this is not our rest. He put people on the earth. I'm talking about heathen and all. When he put these spirits inside of bodies, he put these spirits inside of earthen tabernacles called bodies. All right, there's joy that come with that. There's joy that come with that. That's why he put thousands of varieties of fruit on earth. All right, that's why he gave us oranges and different varieties of apples and plums and grapes and pineapples and kiwi. All right, and pomegranate. All right, he gave us these things because as earthlings, we're supposed to enjoy that. The reason why he made women pretty, all right, and a woman in her natural, feminine, her natural element is soft and nourishing. All right, it tells you, he told Adam, it is not good for him to be alone. Let me find him a help me. The reason why he gave her that backside and that front side and that hair and that soft skin is for you to enjoy. The reason why he gave you sons and daughters and little kids to have your little sons and daughters to have your face, sons and daughters to have your face or have your mannerisms, is for you to enjoy. There's earthly pleasures that we're going to enjoy, and when the Most High refurbishes the earth, we're going to enjoy crystals. We're going to enjoy gemstones. We're going to enjoy the scent of flowers that we've never smelled before. Earth is a paradise. That's why they call Earth Pandora on the movie Avatar. Pandora goes back to gift. Well, who is it a gift for? It's a gift for the nation of Israel. But in the kingdom, we're still going to have celestial, terrestrial bodies. Meaning we're still going to have earthly bodies, but with spiritual power. But the Most High is going to put us in those earthly bodies so we can truly enjoy the pleasures that come with living on this paradise that we've been deprived of living in this concrete jungle. We're living in the wicked king's rulership. We're living in the wicked queen's rulership in the movie Cinderella. The wicked queen is in power, and now the earth is dark. The earth is not bearing fruit. So we can't enjoy the natural pleasures that Yahweh Bahashim Shai put on earth. All right? Even when we eat fruit now, we don't really taste it in its natural, sweetest form. Then our dopamine is overstimulated through processed sugars that we don't enjoy the natural flavors. Even as men, as honest men, your wife, because your mind has been tainted through filth on the internet, you know, or you just might have had so many different things going on, all right? Same thing with a woman, she can't fully enjoy her man because she's had so many different men, all right? You can't fully enjoy your sons and daughters because you got resist different, trying to VACCINES, or however you spell that. You got to resist that. You got to resist philosophies of teaching your sons and daughters, or you just tired as hell when you get home. All right. But I'm gonna bring this live stream to a closing. All right. But in the kingdom, man, we're gonna play out. We're gonna live out those divine duties. All right. Woman is not supposed to be that damn ambitious, man. She's not supposed to hustle and bustle, but just be that damn money hungry. Her happiness is gonna come from being a joyful mother, and it's already put in her spirit. All right. And our happiness is gonna come from serving Yahweh by Shema side. All right. Our happiness is gonna come from enjoying the natural pleasures that come with being on this planet Earth. But with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give out honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema side, by Sirach Kudash. Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Rural. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right. Abba Ba, Kum Yashala, and Shabbat Shalom, Shalom.